in the world, Rick. Let me explain something to you. There's a million wrestlers out there, people that call themselves wrestlers. It's just like in a gallon of milk, see, Rick. You got a gallon of milk, but when there's about this much cream that settles at the top of that milk. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, I'm in that upper epsilon. When Ric Flair comes here, I'm the world champion around here. I've been here for a long time. You've got a lot of great athletes, some of the best in the entire wrestling business. Bob Armstrong, Austin Idol, a little timid fellow with a sock on his face, Mr. Olympia. Still granted a good athlete, but we'll get back to that. Pork Chop Cash, Boris Zirkoff, and a monster that's just hit the scene, Lord Humongous.
That's who I wanted to talk about just for a second. You've seen Lord Humongous, of course, in several matches, and you've had a little bit to say for him. Do you think he's ready for the World Championship?
Well, everybody's running around like they got ants in their pants, wondering who he is. The guys on the other dressing room are scared to death. They don't know what's happening with him. They don't know what's in his head. I know why he's here.
Would you care to elucidate
it's
a little bit?
It's none of anybody's business, but let me just tell you what's happened since he has been here. Right from the bottom, right to the top, right to Austin Idol. He dropped you like a bad habit, Idol, down and out. The truth hurts. But the bottom line is, you're looking at 6'6", 300 pounds, and this guy don't lay around on the couch eating donuts and drinking beer, Jack. He's in that gym. I know it for a fact.
Of course, the impetus is on the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm sure Mr. Olympia has a few things in mind for Mr. Anderson. Ric Flair, the world champion, in the arenas this week. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Now in the ring at 218 pounds, Panama City, Florida's Richard Dunn. His opponent now making his way to the ring. One certain individual we've been talking about for the past couple of minutes, Mr. Arn Anderson.
You're glad as I am. The P-head's out of here. What a goof, huh? What a goof. It took him, what, 10 minutes to beat this weenie out here or whatever? You think he can actually beat me? Let me just explain something to you, Rick. You probably already know it. You're a very intelligent man. I respect you for that. P-head has been here for years, and he flip-flops back and forth. He's Jerry Stubbs a while. He's Mr. Olympia a while. I don't think P-head knows what he wants to be when he grows up. But I'll tell you one thing. This time he put that mask on, there's a definite reason why. I think you got a film. I'll show you why P-head put that mask on, because I parked him. He's a parked peanut. He's uglier than what he was. And that's why he's got the hood on now. And you got a piece of film?
Yes, there is a piece of videotape upstairs in the control room. I don't really think... Well, Mr. Anderson wants to see it. Let's please go ahead and roll that piece of videotape.
It's beautiful.
This is a little unnecessary.
This is one of the highlights of my career, Rick. You know what I mean? This is divine retribution. People stick their nose in my business. I take care of it. Always have, always will. Now, as you see, Idol's doing his usual clown act, laying on the ground holding his head. That's his usual position. Boris about to do a number on him. Idol's been out here slapping his yap. He's caused a lot of problems with me anyway, Rick. You know, he's one of these guys that kind of stir things up, you know what I mean? He's always in the middle, always saying what's right, what's wrong. Who died and left him to judge around here anyway? What's with Idol? Now, as you see, he had sticking his nose in my business again. I told him to stop once. Once is enough. Here we go. Hey. You ain't showing no more of that film. You ain't showing no more of that film. You understand me? Hey, you ain't... Jesus, Olympia and Anderson are attacking each other in the ring. We got to get some kind of order here. Olympia's gone berserk. Let's get out of this. We'll be back with more Southeastern wrestling in just a minute. But please.
I'm Bruno Jerry of Walk.
Coming out to join us now, the Southeastern heavyweight champion, the Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol. You've had a lot on your mind this last week, I am sure. And one of the incidents would be what took place in a World Heavyweight Championship match with Ric Flair.
Well, there's no question about it. You know, I honestly felt that the next time that I would appear on this wrestling program, that I would have the Southeastern Heavyweight Championship in my right hand and the World Heavyweight Championship in my left hand. But, you know, the old saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words. I know there's a picture here that I certainly want to see. Let's let everybody take a look at it.
And it involves Jimmy Golden. Let's take a look at it right now. We were talking earlier, Rick and I were about Golden not coming to TV. Golden involved in situations that we do not understand. You were there.
Well, I was trying to get the figure four and Ric Flair. Jimmy Golden had come down, and you could see flash tube right there in my eyes. He had come down previously in this match, Rick and Charlie, and senior referee Larry Brock had told him he couldn't stay at the ring and ran him off.
He's been out there on and off about 20 minutes.
Exactly. He's been on and off there about 20 minutes. And right now, as you can see, Flair kind of had things going his way at this point in time. But I caught him a little bit off guard. And when he was trying to come off, I guess with a knee off the top rope, I reached over and gave him a big slam right there that I'm sure jarred just about every 33 vertebrae in his back. Because when I took a look at the glaze in his eyes, Rick, I could see. And I went for the figure four, of course, right there. I guess that's why he is the world champion. He saved himself. He pushed me off, accidentally hit referee Larry Brock. And you can see right here, we were just going hammer and tong, tooth and nail. I reached up to headlock him. The match pretty much explains itself. We had a double collision there where I ended up on the floor. Flair, you can see, is pretty much rendered helpless. As I was getting up on the floor, now watch this. As I was getting up on the floor, pretty much disoriented, really didn't know which way was up or down, I turned around, Golden again, and that was deliberate like the first time, flashed that bulb right in my eyes, and anybody and everybody's always got a flash. At one time, they got a flash go up in their eyes, and you can't see nothing. All I saw was little white dots, Rick. He picked me up for that vertical suplex. I kicked, I landed right on top of him, and look right there. When I had Ric Flair pinned for the World Heavyweight Championship, and that would have been it, baby. Golden smashed that camera over the back of my head. On the back of my head for a couple of days, I had made in Japan. The only thing I have to say is when this thing is over, sooner or later, I'm going to get my hands on Jimmy Golden. You got a bet. I'm going to come collection, baby.
I think he has every right. Once again, no explanation from Jimmy Golden. We've not heard from him. He did not show up at TV today. Maybe by next week we'll have some answers about this whole situation. We'll be right back. Welcome to the Personality Profile segment of Southeastern Championship Wrestling. Today, two very distinguished individuals coming out to join me. You can hear by the response of our studio audience. Two great champions, the Continental Heavyweight Champion, Bullet Bob Armstrong, and the Southeastern Heavyweight Champion, Universal Heartthrob Austin Idol. First of all, Bob Armstrong, our congratulations from Southeastern Championship Wrestling to you for successfully defending the Continental Heavyweight Championship in that big match with Ted DiBiase recently, the Omni in Atlanta, and a few nights later, successful defense over the big Russian Ivan Koloff in Baltimore, Maryland.
Well, let's just say I had to be a little lucky and have a lot going for you because these are two tough men. But, you know, right now, I've got to think about Jimmy Golden, what's happened to him, you know, the things that he's done. You and I were talking earlier. He won't answer the phone. He won't talk to anybody. He doesn't have anything to say. But after seeing that film with him and Idol, he should have a lot to say. And, you know, the whole premise of this thing was he thought he should have got a shot with the world champion. Right. Well, I feel the same way, but I didn't argue with it, and I think you got a film here that shows exactly what I'm talking about.
Exactly right. Let's go to the arena right now and take a look at the action.
Now, this was a few months ago, Charlie, when I had a chance at Ric Flair when he was on the comeback trail. He had lost his title, and we had a match that lasted somewhere around 50 minutes. And, brother, I was tired, and he was tired, but that's what professional is all about, professional wrestling. You got to get it up when it's right. You got to pull it up from the bottom, suck it up, and go on with it. And you're going to see now in just a minute, he gives me that big suplex. He thought he had things his way. One thing about Flair, he's a good defensive wrestler. But when he thinks he's got you on the move and he's got you beaten, he'll make a mistake. And you're going to see that mistake in just a minute. Now, here's what he's famous for. This is called a front suplex. He drops me right on my back, and all the wind goes right out of my sails. And right here, Ric Flair thought he had the bullet beat. He goes for the figure four leg lock. He thinks he's got it. He takes a little too much time. Now, watch what happens. Watch exactly what happens when he goes for this leg. If he'd have gone a second sooner, he may have beaten me. But right here, I hook him, and you're going to see a 1-2-3 on the world champion. Now, if anything was fair, I should have said myself. That's all we need to see of that. I just wanted to make a point that if anything was fair, I should have wanted a match, too. But I think Bob Geigel was right. He ordered a tournament here, and I think there are 6 or 8 guys in this area right now that could all beat Ric Flair. So I think a tournament was very fair, and hopefully, if I keep on with this Continental title, I'll get another shot at it. And Idol, I want to congratulate you You've kept that Southeastern title, and, brother, you're going to need a lot of luck in your loser leave town with this big Russian. Lots of luck, too. I appreciate that. That's a man's man right there, Charlie.
Tell you what, Austin, Bob brought up the subject a lot. This is the most important time in Austin Idol's career that I can think of. We go back to what happened with Ric Flair, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, Jimmy Golden completely destroying the chances you had at the NWA World title. The reasons behind it we do not know. We've not heard from Jimmy Golden. And coming up in the arena, you have a very important match. The Southeastern title's on the line. Everything is on the line because it is a loser-leave situation with some very interesting stipulations.
Well, that's true, Charlie. You know, I've been in a lot of different kinds of matches, and I don't think we really need to discuss that right now. But I've certainly been in a lot of loser-leave town matches. And quite frankly, I guess I've been real fortunate, too. Let's face it, I'm pretty fortunate in the sense that I have a lot of fans behind me, Charlie.
Well, if in the stipulations we're referring to in this upcoming match with you and Boris Zerkov, if there is any interference on the outside from either party or having someone come down to the ring, say someone came to your aid, you would automatically lose the match and also have to leave the area. In other words, interference will not affect this loser-leave stipulation. And a stipulation wanted by Mr. Zerkov was that if a man did not show up at the arena bell time for the match, he forfeits the match and has to leave the area, too.
Exactly. Now he's the one who brought that stipulation into play here where, just like you said, Charlie, that if I don't show up at the arena, that I automatically forfeit and he stays in town. But by the same token, you know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Right. If he doesn't show up at the arena, he automatically forfeits, and he has to leave town, too, Charlie. So as far as I'm concerned...
Wait a minute. We're trying to have a profile...
That's enough! Father, does your little brain understand that if you do not show up, or if I do not show up, you must leave? You understand, Adol? Does your little brain understand that? You come out here and cry about not winning the world belt from Flair that you had him beat. You didn't beat him. Why you say you had him beat? You didn't win the match. You always say you do things you do not do. You Americans always say you always make promises you do not keep. You're not like the Russians. You know that when Russia says something, we do it. Right, Adol? You know that. I told you, our country told you, if you ever bring your plane into our country, we shoot it down. We shot it down, didn't we, Adol? Yeah, you're the hostages and fishermen coming around our ship. We take them hostage. You do nothing. You did nothing about the plane. You never do anything you say, Adol. You know, you might be a champion in this area, in this country, but in my country, you'd be a champion in the street as a bum. You know what they do, Adol? They sweep the streets. They clean our toilets, our latrines. This is all you're good for, Adol. Just like the color of your hair, you're yellow. You made a promise to these people you would beat Flair. Flair still has the world belt. Where's your belt, Trump?
Whoa. Idol being just humiliated by Zerkov. Heads for the ring after Zerkov. And this situation, Boris Zerkov.
Personality profile.
Well, I don't know if you weren't watching the Monarch. Boris Zerkov came out here, slapped Idol, and spit in his face.
Well, he's regretting it right now. Austin Idol's all over the big Russian. A boot to the stomach, and Idol's throwing the crowd. Well, the bad blood between these two guys,
It's going to come to an end in this loser-leave situation. One thing about that.
Idol now, look. Look, he's got the Las Vegas Regular. Wait. It's Jimmy Golden.
Golden.
He's got something that looks like a pair of brass nuts, Tony. Idol is down.
What are they doing?
They need to try to find some kind of assistance or something. Austin Idol is trapped. The big Russian and Jimmy Golden has got him. Look. Oh, no. Golden's going to pile driving on that steel chair.
Idol being pile drive by Golden with the assist of Zerkov into that chair, and Rick, he's not moving.
And
we need to get some help out here.
both Golden and Zerkov now making their way to the dressing room. Here comes Mr. Olympia senior referee Larry Brock. Idol's out.
He is out. out into the steel chair he goes. We have got another match scheduled to come up, and certainly, Idol not having a chance to even halfway.
This may have some kind of an effect on his moves relief. Maybe we're seeing a little combined strategy from Jimmy Golden and Boris Zerkov.
You never can tell. And Jimmy Golden still, to explain himself, but he does make an appearance at TV about halfway into our TV show and helps Zerkov out in that situation. Senior referee Larry Brock, referee Marvin Kelly, and Mr. Olympia out to assist and getting the Universal Heartthrob out of the ring. Boy, what a mess we have here. We've got a match scheduled to go in the ring right now. And
one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Wait a minute. Olympia's got him up. Now they're slamming it. He's come to the table and snap the cross that Olympia brought out with him. Oh, he caught him right in the throat, Charlie, and now. Oh, man, he's laying that leather right into it.
ooh, Arn Anderson beginning. Look it.
He's got Olympia hung. Look at this. Oh! Hanging Olympia with his own weight.
And Arn Anderson storms back out into the dressing room.
Referee Larry Brock has signaled that Olympia will be a winner by disqualification, by the way.
And I can understand that.
Quality profile. This week, I hesitate to call it an honor, but it's certainly an event because Jimmy Golden has deigned to join us here at the interview desk for this edition of Personality.
And it is an honor for you. You know, shoot, you can't just ask a great star like myself to come out here anytime you want to. These people, they can't stand seeing such a good-looking fella like me all the time like that. It's got to have just a little bit at a time, you know. They can only take a little bit at a time. Plus, I'm such a great wrestler. Just ask Austin Idol how good I am.
Well, we appreciate your concern for all of the fans, and I think you've certainly shown it, especially against Austin Idol here in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, you know, he's been wearing that heart flea collar around his neck. Like he said, he's been advertising heart flea collar because his neck's been all jammed up. You can ask him why about that, too.
Oh, I think a picture is worth 1,000 words. Let's go back and take a look at a couple of things that Mr. Golden has done to his credit, as he would probably put it. Let's go to the arenas of Southeastern Championship Wrestling. The Dothan Civic Center, world title match between Ric Flair and Austin Idol. You're on hand to take pictures and take a look.
Did you see that picture I took right there? Got a little great snapshot of I got of Austin Idol. What do you mean it was close? You got to get close to get. It was dark in there, or else you wouldn't be able to see it. I'm down there taking pictures like I've been doing, like I told everybody I was going to do for a long time, studying everybody's matches. Austin Idol spit on me.
How do you
went in
explain
there
that?
to get a closer shot. He run his head up in the air like that and run into my camera like that. I said, oops, my goodness, he made a bad mistake, and it was time for me to leave, and I took off. Some geek out there trying to get in the ring, throwed his camera in the ring. People got all upset. I don't know how it come. Austin Idol lost the match. I told everybody in the beginning Jimmy Golden was the man to meet Ric Flair. I could beat Ric Flair. Austin Idol didn't have a prayer.
I think Jimmy Golden's career as an amateur photographer leaves a lot to be desired. It's so many things, Jimmy, that I hate to, and I don't want to seem to be any disrespect towards you, but there's been so many things that's been going on in the last couple of weeks that...
Let me tell you what's been going on. Jimmy Golden's been taking care of business. But I've been taking care of business. I've been kicking some butts and taking some names. That's my specialty. It's always how it has been. That's always what it will be. Kicking butts and taking names.
All right. One second here. Let's go to Mobile, Alabama. Expo Hall. A world title tournament. The winner meets Ric Flair for the world title. The finals of the second round wound up to be Jimmy Golden against the Universal Heartthrob Austin Idol. And for some 12 minutes, the fans were treated to some really great scientific wrestling.
I was eating him alive. I was tearing him up. I was giving this man a real wrestling lesson right here, and you can ask him about it. He'll tell you Jimmy Golden is the true champion of the world. And right here, he got a little bit ugly, and he wanted to fight a little bit, and I had to knock him out, brother. I got a right punch, brother, that'll put King Kong down to the mat, and I'm going to show exactly what I'm talking about here in just a minute. As you can see here, we've had a tough, grueling match, but like I said, I was on top on every move, brother. I had that idol shoulders down. He was scratching and digging to get them shoulders up. He was darn near beat.
Well, I'll give you credit. Up till this point, this has been an excellent scientific match, and you'd had your share of bright spots. But now here as the referee turns to count on Austin Idol. Knee problems?
No knee problems there. Everything's working just fine. I don't see any problem right there. I had my wrist.
Take a look at the right hand.
A wristband on there. It slipped down. But I want you to watch coming up right here, brother. I got the wristband out of the way, and there's that punch I was telling you about that put King Kong down to the floor, and that's the end of Austin Idol.
It certainly did the task that you mentioned against Mr. Idol. You've got a Southeastern Championship match signed in the arenas for the very first time. Now, these films that we're seeing are part of the reason why Jimmy Golden's getting a title shot at this very quick
That's what you call brains, brother, because that Idol is an idiot. Austin idiot, you might say. The man signed the dotted line on the contract. That means that I get a title match. I don't have to work for nothing. I deserve everything I get, baby. And when this thing is over with, Jimmy Golden's going to be your Southeastern champion, and Austin Idol can do whatever he wants to, baby. When I'm through with him, I'm going to finish breaking his neck like I started out to do, and I'm going to show him, like I said, who the true king is around here, and he knows it.
Okay, fine. Let's go to now one more piece of film, if you would.
Okay.
Birmingham's Boutwell Auditorium. A match in progress between Boris Zerkoff and the Universal Heartthrob Austin Idol. At this point, Boris Zerkoff clearly with the advantage. We're going to see some outside interference, and we're going to see Jimmy Golden come down. Now, I was at Boutwell that week. Of course, I had the privilege of being there every week. And we thought that you would come down to help Idol.
Have you seen all the rotten, dirty, low-down, nasty, stinking, no good things that Austin Idol's been doing in there against Boris Zerkoff? All the illegal moves that man has made. I can't find anybody that could be any worse than Austin Idol, man. He has got to be the worst wrestler that the Southeastern area has ever seen. Look at him throwing punches on the man right there. I'm fixing to put a stop to it right here.
Now, Jimmy Golden and his wristband are back in the ring, and everybody thought you were going to help Austin Idol.
I helped him, all right. I put his lights out. That's what I did for him, brother. I helped him. His lights went out, and he's down for the count. And right there's your winners, brother. Austin Idol is nothing but trash, baby, and we're fixing to send him to the cans where he belongs.
Well, we've just seen three events that are very typical of the things that Jimmy Golden has been doing in the arenas over the last couple of weeks. Standing by in Studio B, Charlie Platt is on hand with the Southeastern heavyweight champion, the Universal Heartthrob Austin Idol. Coming up in the arena, the Universal Heartthrob Austin Idol will take on Jimmy Golden for the first time after just the injury that took place last week. Do you think you're ready for this man who is set on destroying you?
Well, there's no question about it, Charlie. My neck is definitely still sore, but it's nothing like it was a week ago. And, you know...
Just a moment. You say you just have a typical sore neck. I've heard other things. What does the physician say about the neck?
Well, of course, it's the same old story. The physicians told me to take 2 or 3 weeks off, but I think you know me as well as the wrestling fans do here. When I have commitments, if I have to crawl on my hands and knees across broken glass to fulfill my commitments, I'm going to do it, Charlie. Like I said, the neck is sore, but I'm wearing this right now for support. But I'm going to wrestle Jimmy Golden, and you know the strange thing about Jimmy Golden, he calls himself the Golden Boy. He's the only way I could get a match with this jerk was that I had to put up the Southeastern heavyweight title, which I have done, because I would put up the title to my house, I'd put up the title to my car, I'd put up the title, the Southeastern, it wouldn't make any difference what title it is or was, I'd put it up to get my hands on Golden. You know, I heard the other day, Golden says that he's the Golden Boy of professional wrestling. Well, as far as gold goes, the only gold that I really know about, you know, back in the old days, if you read the history books, you see that people paid their debts in gold. Well, I'm going to go come collecting, and I'm going to get me some gold. You see, in Fort Knox, Kentucky, is the biggest gold reserve in the world today. And I'm talking about Knox. I've taken my share of Knox before, but I'm telling you one thing, Golden, it don't make no difference if I get my hands on you in Birmingham where I owe you, or in Mobile where I owe you, or in Dothan where you cheated me out of the world title. It don't make no difference because I went to the school of hard knocks. But I can take a knocking, baby, and keep on rocking. At Christmas time, they're coming up with a new camera, Mr. Golden. They're going to call the Idol One Shot. One shot. Bye-bye, Golden.
Panama City event right now, if we could. Let's have Mr. Olympia join us here today.
Olympia, we were talking during Arn's match about the incident that happened to you with the fire, and I know and all the fans know that you certainly haven't forgotten it.
Well, you know, all the fans, they might have, but I'll never forget it.
I'm sure.
And I know something. I got a little piece of film that I hope Arn Anderson's back there watching. Because, you know, like you said, I hadn't forgot. I'm going to remind these people because sooner or later, it's going to happen to Arn Anderson. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, let's go to Jerry Stubbs' backyard for a little bitty surprise.
You know, Arn Anderson, you always wanted to be the one to sit at the desk and show what happened or what you did to me. Well, that's fine and dandy. You don't get to do that anymore. I do. I get to show everybody what you did to me or remind them what you did to me. You know, Arn Anderson, if you look right here, I might be just having a barbecue. You know, roasting me a pig, you know, like in Pig Face Anderson. And it won't be any illusion because when it happens, it happens. And it's going to happen to you. All these people, and especially me, have been waiting for this chance. And I'm going to get you, Arn Anderson. I've been waiting. I just wanted to beat up on you a little bit before I got the real thing, if you know what I mean. And I can have me a real good barbecue right here on my grill, Pig Face. You know, call me P-Head if you want, but you're the Pig Face. And I'm going to show you how to have a barbecue. Look at here, Anderson. I just had me a nice pork barbecue. A nice pork barbecue. You know, this is not a figment of your imagination. It's something that's going to happen to you, Anderson. I owe you. You need it. You're going to get it. I've waited a long time. First of all, I wanted to beat you everywhere. I wanted to beat you like a dog. Now I'm going to burn you up like the roast pig that you see because I owe you. My face owes you. These people say I owe you, and most of all, I know I owe you, and I'm going to get you. Paybacks are what they call, yeah, exactly what they're called, Anderson, and I'm going to get you. Look at here. When it's all over, it's going to be real good.
Well, you see, Olympia has a little something in store for Arn.
You know one thing, Arn Anderson, you never saw me strike the match, and you never will, because I'll get you, and you won't know when it hits you, brother, because I'm telling you.
I think enough has been said, and certainly these two do not.
Well, there's some serious things going on between Mr. Olympia and Arn Anderson, and wait a minute. Arn Anderson, he does not look very happy.
Yeah, after he showed that, yeah, he wants a strap match. He can have a strap match. Nobody humiliates me. I'm a good-looking man. Nobody calls me Pig-Face Jack.
All right, and I rate Arn Anderson. We got a lot of great action still to come on Southeastern Television Wrestling. You stay with us.
And one fall television time remaining. Now in the ring, 248, Baton Rouge, Louisiana's Ron Starr. His opponent now making his way to the ring at 238 pounds, Pensacola, Florida, Mr. Olympia.
Mr. Olympia taking on Ron Starr. What a matchup. Starr, one of the most brutal individuals in professional wrestling. Good knee lift catches Olympia. Olympia has not even had a chance to get that jacket off. Hard chop by Starr. He's had the most brutal reputation all over the country in professional wrestling. A dangerous individual.
He deserves every bit of that reputation, too. Ron Starr can fight. If you want to get rough and you want to get nasty, Ron Starr can do it. And he can wrestle as well, regardless of surprising all-around athlete. Now, Olympia hardly even had a chance to get his ring jacket off before Ron Starr just started to flail away at him. Now gouging up his back, raking those fingernails across the skin of Olympia's back. And Olympia is in a bad way for a TV main event product.
Starr continually putting that boot into the back of Olympia.
And Ron Starr now maybe sensing victory, closes in, he posts an ear arm. A quick vertical suplex, lateral press, two, and he almost got him. But Olympia's up. Olympia's up. Starr now pulling his... Oh, Olympia missed the kick. That's the lightning fast reflexes that Ron Starr's got, Charlie. He's dangerous.
He is indeed as dangerous dangerous individual, and he has really plowed into Mr. Olympia. And the opening moments of this match today on television, no doubt in Ron Starr's mind what he has set out to do. That is to defeat Olympia here on television. And in the meantime, if he can possibly do it, is to hurt Olympia.
Double chicken wing suplex, and again, at the count of 2, Olympia manages to get those shoulders up off the mat. He's looking around, maybe the hand's starting to clear. He drives the right to the midsection of Ron Starr. Another right hand, and Olympia's up.
What a match we have going here. Olympia now back to his feet. Going into Ron Starr with that boot. Into the turnbuckle goes Ron Starr. Mr. Olympia coming back to life.
A flying mare. He throws the right hand to the head of Ron Starr, and Starr manages to scoot out at the count of 2. This match would be a main event in any town across the country, Charlie.
Indeed it would. Good suplex by Mr. Olympia. Now crashing down with the elbow into the chest, cutting off 2 count, and Starr. Look at Starr.
Ron Starr just slithered out of that press right away. Went to the eyes of Mr. Olympia now. A belly-to-back suplex at Starr. That's got to jar the back of Olympia's neck. He came down. He's up again.
A lot of weight on that shoulder being pounded into that ring. Ooh, high knee by Ron Starr. Down for the pin. 1, 2. And, almost. Olympia powers out.
Hey, not too many people have ever put the shoulders of Olympia down for a 1, 2, 3. Ron Starr now trying to bring... Wait a minute, Olympia reverses him into the turnbuckle. Catches him. A shoulder smash. Now, the boot to the midsection again. Into the turnbuckles for Ron Starr. And Olympia may have things turned around his way, Charlie.
Good reversal by Starr. Look at this. Full Nelson.
Wait a minute. Arn Anderson is out. He's got a leather belt. Oh! He missed Olympia with that leather strap and caught Ron Starr.
Yeah, Olympia does. The 2 run together.
Olympia's got the strap. He took a swipe at Ron Starr. Now, he's going to put the leather to Arn Anderson.
Hastily.
Oh, boy. I'll tell you what. When these 2 get together in a Canadian lumberjack match, Charlie, this match promises to be the most explosive match in a long, long time.
And it's exploding here on television today. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
I've driven in the snow, and I've driven in the mud. Let me tell you, neither's fun, bud. 404.
Arn Anderson is charging around here like a bull.
My back! You see my back? Nobody stressed me! My mother and daddy! My daddy don't even whip me! Look at my back! Nobody stressed me with a belt! I don't need nobody standing around that ring! I'm gonna kill him myself! I'm gonna choke you out!
Let me tell you something. We're going to do a little bit of getting even here. I'm going to tell you something, Austin Idol. You are running out of friends to come down and save you, boy. You're running out of buddies to come down and pull me off of you, because I'm going to kick your butt real good. I want y'all to get a good close-up of this picture right here. Zoom in here, cameraman. Get a good close-up of this picture right here. This is the shot that I took when Austin Idol was wrestling Ric Flair, and right there you can see a man that is beaten. He's a whipped dog right here, and I'm going to tell you, he was saying to me, Jimmy Golden, you was right. You should have been against Ric Flair, because I ain't got a player. This man is killing me in here, and that's what I've been telling you idiots all along. Austin, idiots like the rest of these rednecks out here, he's real dumb. When I get you in the ring, I'm going to be the Southeastern champion, because I'm going to knock him out, baby, with that right cross. I've been knocking him out all my life.
Right now, let's watch this very important word.
It's a tremendous night of wrestling excitement. Monday night, when Southeastern Championship Wrestling comes to Birmingham's Beltwell Auditorium at 8 p.m. You'll see the U.S. Junior title on the line, the Rat Patrol and Bill Ash. Alabama State title, Pork Chop Cash and Ron Starr. Tag titles on the line, when the Rat Patrol collides with Pat and Randy Rose. Canadian Lumberjack rules. Wrestlers surround the ring with leather straps when Mr. Olympia takes on Arn Anderson. Continental title, Bob Armstrong defends against the Lord Humongous. And in the main event for the Southeastern Heavyweight Championship, the boss, Austin Idol, meets Jimmy Golden Monday in Birmingham.
All right, boy, it's time to have a good time tonight, isn't it?
It's time to have a good time tonight, and I'm going to have my good time. Oh, I'm ready, Charlie. I'm ready. Arn Anderson. I'm going to get you, brother. And I'm just like him, baby. I can't wait. You know, Jimmy Golden, just like I said before, has gone around and told everybody that he's the king of wrestling, though. He's the king of the jungle. Well, you might be the king of the jungle, baby, but for every king lion, there's a lion tamer, baby. And I'm going to tame you, Jackson, when I get my hands on you. I don't mind putting on my title. Golden also says, he says, it's hot and heavy. Yeah, it is hot and heavy. He says, I like to start fires, Jackson. Well, just so happens to see, I'm going to be the dude to play fireman, baby. You like to start fires, I like to put them out. We're going to find out what kind of a man you are, Golden. Come on and get some sucker.
All right, Mr. Olympia facing Arn Anderson, Canadian lumberjack rules, and the Southeastern title on the line. A lot of personal issues to be settled between Jimmy Golden and the Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol. Tell you what, you can just count on a lot taking place in the arena this
I
week.
tell you what, when Mr. Olympia and Arn Anderson meet face to face, the wrestlers will be around the ring with leather straps. A lot of things that Olympia's been waiting a long time to get settled will definitely be settled in that match.
And Bob Armstrong will have his hands full with the Lord Humongous, and still up in the air as to where the title match will be between he and former World Heavyweight Champion Harley Race.
Well, the negotiations are still going on between the National Wrestling Alliance and Southeastern Wrestling. You'll be the first ones to know. As soon as we find out right here on Southeastern Championship Wrestling, we'll bring you the first and hopefully the best news that we can have that match right here in the Southeast.
And situation, as you've seen, between Arn Anderson, Mr. Olympia, plus the Rat Patrol Incorporated trying to hold on to the Southeastern tag titles.
Well, it's supposed to be the last chance for Pat and Randy Rose to get the tag team titles. The Rat Patrol have already lost one belt, and they want to hold on to those tag belts, Charlie.
A lot to take place in the arena this week. You see next week on Southeastern Television.
Golden as he prefers. He calls. Stick that in there, too, please.
Now I'm ready to show you the film. Have them roll it up there and we'll see who the
All right, upstairs, if you would, please. Let's roll the film of Jimmy Golden.
Here in the Austin Idol, baby. Yeah. Right. 8 ball aside pocket. As you people know, it's Turkey Week. And every time we have Thanksgiving the turkey, we always pluck us a turkey. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I aim to pluck me a turkey, if you know what I'm talking about. Because when I step in that ring with Austin Idol, I'm going to have somebody out there with me. As you people know in this area, the National Wrestling Alliance has issued a manager to only one person on account of all the trouble that they have had in the past. And that one person happens to be #1 Jimmy Golden, who's got that manager's license. If y'all want to know where I'm standing, I'm out here in Southern California right now, flown out here to take care of some business, like I always do take care of business #1. You know what I'm talking about? Southern California, a mansion, and I'm out here taking care of business, talking to one person that's going to be my manager. I'm going to transfer my manager's license to him, and when it comes Turkey Week, I'm going to be plucking me a turkey. And, you know, I thought I'd just leave it a surprise and not tell everybody who this man was going to be that was going to be my manager, but I believe I'll introduce him. Bring him on in over here. He's the California champion, by the way. He's been out here taking care of business himself. And Mr. Tennessee Stud. I'd like to say, Jimmy, I heard all the way out here in Los Angeles about you finally finding yourself in the Southeastern area. I was telling you all along that those people down there were really dumb and that you ought to get out of there. Well, I got myself out of there. I'm the California heavyweight champion. But when you called me and told me that you could provide me with a manager's license in the Southeastern area and that we had an opportunity to pluck Austin Idol, maybe Bob Armstrong too, who knows who down there in the Southeastern area, I decided for a few days, what the heck, it's around turkey time, Thanksgiving, I come back. I'll be glad to sit in your corner, my man, because me and you, Jimmy, are going to be an unbeatable team. I'm the greatest manager of all time. You're the greatest wrestler of all time. Austin Idol and turkey time. We're going to do some plucking, and we're just a few days away, right? Now let's go ahead and shoot food and get this camera on out of here, because we're having a good time California style.
Thank you.
Let's give that Tennessee story. Jimmy Golden completely over the internet. Idol furious. In the ring goes Jimmy Golden. Austin Idol follows. Idol got him on the right hand and now. All right. Here comes the Tennessee stud. Oh, he got Jimmy Golden. And Austin Idol starts to work on Ron Fuller. Nailing him. He's got, wait a minute. Golden's got something out of his trunk. Oh, he slams Austin Idol in the back of the head with some kind of object out of his trunk. Now, the stud's got him all. Oh, he caught him flush on the temple with that one, Scotty. We got to, wait a minute. Here comes Lacey Henderson out of the dressing room. Fuller and Golden both cut him off. Idol's trying to get back to his feet. He can't do it. Oh, Fenton. Howell drive by 6'9" Ron Fuller. Austin Idol lacerated on the head. Here comes Jimmy Backlund. And Fuller's cut him off, too. Oh. Backlund, we need to get some kind of assistance. Backlund rose flying out of the ring. Idol is severely lacerated on. Oh, my goodness. Fuller ordered Humongous to come over and take care of this one. Look at this. He's got him pressed up over his head. Idol, the blood is just streaming down the face of Austin Idol. And now Fuller says, get Idol. Fuller's, how did he get control of Humongous? I don't know, but he is ordering Humongous around. And here comes the last one. Thank goodness, we need to get something